Hello. In today's episode, we're going to be exploring the snowy Minecraft tundra. In the Minecraft tundra, we have an animal quite often forgotten about. We have the Minecraft snow bunny. The bunny, often mistaken for a dangerous and predatory creature, is slowly becoming extinct. The only way to save the snow bunny in Minecraft is to build just one snow globe house a month. If you could build one snow globe house a month, then we could possibly provide a habitat that's humane and natural to the snow rabbit's environment. Notice the difference? Here on the left, the snow bunny out in the cold tundra. Here on the right, the snow bunny in its natural environment in a large glass dome suspended on a bed of wood. Will you help the snow rabbit? Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a snow globe house. On the outside of the build, we have a giant snow globe, and on the inside of the build, we have a house. They said it could never be done, yet here we are. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me, the channel, and the bunnies out very, very much. If you're new around here, please consider subscribing, as that'll keep you up to date with the channel, and click the little bell next to the subscription button. What have you got to lose? Without any further ado, let me show you how to make this insane build. So, before we begin building, ladies and gentlemen, here are all of the materials that we are going to need to make the snow globe house. Make sure that you have all of them and enough of them as well. The amount of ground space required is a 21 by a 21 block area, so it's quite easy to clear out enough space to make this build. Pause the video if you have to, ladies and gentlemen, get all your stuff, make sure you've got enough room, and once you have done all of those things, we can begin. So our first step when building our snow globe house is to come to the front left hand corner of our grid. If you have this grid in your world, then that's great news, but if not, don't worry, just wait a second. Count to the right from the front left corner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. On top of this block, place a spruce plank and go right of it by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place a back right diagonal spruce plank. Go right. Place 2 back right diagonals. Go up. Place a back right diagonal. And go up by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place an up left diagonal. Go up. 2 up left diagonals. Go left. Place an up left diagonal and go left by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place a bottom left diagonal. Left 1. 2 bottom left diagonals. Down 1. Bottom left diagonal. Down by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place a bottom right diagonal. Go down 1. 2 bottom right diagonals. Go right 1. This is the end result. We have a nice spruce circular shape which polar bears love. Kind of reminds me of the moon actually in the middle. It's kind of cool looking. Now once you have done that, we now want to place a layer of oak wood planks that sits directly above the spruce wood planks and inside. 1 row higher, 1 row on the inside, simply place a row of oak wood planks. If you like, the oak wood planks can be connected together in the corners. This will make it easier and faster to place the oak wood planks. You may have enjoyed the spruce circle, Mr. Polar Bear, but now it will become your tomb. I'll let him out later. I'll make him a little door. But it's okay, he can hang in here for a little while. So once you have your circle of oak planks, I now want you to add another row directly on top. So simply just going all the way around the original row, add an additional layer of oak planks. So that will be 2 layers in total. And you can see that this is going to be quite a large build by the time we are done. It's quite an impressive build to have in your world if anybody kind of stumbles across it. Now, once you have all of those oak wood planks placed, we are going to now have another layer of spruce wood planks, ladies and gentlemen, equal to the layer of spruce wood down below. We want a layer of spruce wood planks that just sits above and outside of the spruce wood layer. And unfortunately, the spruce wood planks do not want to connect together at the corners. The reason being is if they were to connect together at the corners, then we'd have a little bit less snow inside of our snow globe, and I want as much snow as possible. I'm sure you do as well. So we don't want it to connect together in the corners, and this row is identical to the row that we have laid on the ground. It's very important. You guys have seen snow globes before. They have a nice solid base, and that is exactly what we have created here. So just like this. Now once you have done that, we're going to mark the front of our snow globe. So, the front of our snow globe wants to have a row of gold in between the 2 pairs of spruce wood, and the row of gold wants to be right in the middle. It should be quite easy to find. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to the left of your gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the right, like that. Expand the gold left and right a row, and then add spruce wood planks left and right next to the gold, just like this. Now, once you have got that taken care of, the next thing that we're going to do is we are going to place some snow, or alternatively, you can use wool for this. We're going to fill the base of our snow globe in with snow. It's in the name. We want to be able to walk around the inside of our snow globe. We have a house in there. We have a nice little bit of a garden. We have trees that we want to look after. We even have pets that we're keeping on the inside, sheltering from the cruel outside world of the snow tundra. So we want to have a nice solid base. You can use white wool for this, you can use grass, you can use any sort of material you like. It just so happens that I think that snow is the perfect material for this. If you're afraid of it melting through one means or another, then you might again want to use white wool in some way, shape or form. That's completely up to you though. So I'm building this in the snow. I'm sorry, Mr. Polar Bear, I swear I'll let you out. I'm building this in a snowy area, so I should be fine. So now that we have a base for our snow globe, we are going to add the actual glass portion. This is going to be a very long portion of the tutorial, but well worth it, as this is what gives us a really cool looking snow globe. Without putting time into this, it just looked funky and weird, so I apologize for this next part. On the left side of your snow globe, you want to locate the long row of 11. You can begin on any one of these spruce blocks. It doesn't matter where you start. On top of the spruce wood block that is in the row of 11 that you're choosing, place a glass. Then place 2 up left diagonals, using glass as well. 1, 2. From the second up left diagonal, place 1 on top. Place another up left diagonal glass. Go up by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place an upright diagonal with 1 on top. Place an upright diagonal with 1 on top. Place 2 upright diagonals. Go right from the second diagonal. And then do another upright diagonal. Go right by 1. Place an upright diagonal and go right by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Place a bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Place a bottom right diagonal and go right by 1. Place 2 bottom right diagonals, 1, 2, go down 1, then place a bottom right diagonal, go down 1, place a bottom right diagonal, go down by 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, place a bottom left diagonal, and go down by 1, and then place 2 bottom left diagonals, 1, 2. So, in total, that might seem like a really difficult shape, but that gives us a really cool bulbous looking globe. It kind of reminds me of a jellyfish, or like a helmet that an astronaut would wear, if you can imagine it. So, now that we have all of that glass, what we are going to do is extend every single one of those glasses back along the side of the snow globe. This is why it did not matter where we started on the side of the snow globe, as the side of the snow globe is going to all have the same shape. It's only when you get beyond these 2 rows of 11 that we have planted the glass on that we are going to start shaping the snow globe and start turning it a little bit more spherical as it extends out. So that's why it really didn't matter at all where you started. So, once we have extended all of these glasses across the sides, and this is the most tedious part of the build by far. This is what is probably going to take the longest, and this is probably what is going to drive you a little bit towards insanity. So join the club. I've had to build this a few times now, so maybe maybe by the end of this you'll end up about a little bit as crazy as I am, just from doing all of these repetitive tasks all the time. But after we have extended all of these rows, we will be following a very, very similar and very, very easy pattern as to make the front and back of this look right. It's very hard to achieve spheres and roundness and bubbliness in Minecraft. It's very, very difficult. I'm sure that you're aware yourself, so it's taken a lot of practice to get this looking quite just right. And on top of that, snow globes aren't always just like straight up circles either. They're kind of like almost a little bit peculiar in the way that they're shaped, and I've tried to capture that as well. But as it goes, it's actually not taken as long as I thought it might to place most of these rows. We are quickly moving on to the finishing stretch, and once we have indeed done the last of these rows, yeah, we've just got this row of 11 that we have coming up the side as well, and then we can move onto the detail which I've talked about endlessly already. Wonderful. There we go. We now have a good basis for our glass area. Once you have achieved this shape, we are going to come to the front left side of our snow globe. And on top of this spruce wood block here, we are simply going to place a layer of glass that is 1 row inside of the previous layer of glass. The glass specifically must connect together at the corners, and then we will achieve just a little bit, 1 step closer to that perfect shape that we are looking for, ladies and gentlemen. So again, just to reiterate the rules of this, because once you know the rules of how to do this, you can kind of do this independently. You won't need me to tell you what to do. The rules are, it's very, very simple. You just want to start, hang on, once we connect this back down, because we have to do this again. You want to start on top of the spruce, and you just want to place a layer of glass that sits inside, connects at the corners, in front of the previous layer of glass. However, it just so happens that this row of 2 spruce wood, we want to start in the same place, because these spruce woods are right next to each other. So this also creates a little bit of an extra depth as well. Just having the row of 2 instead of 1 actually kind of helps us a little bit. So you can see we want to have the same row there. There we go. And the end result should look like that. So you can see ever so slightly getting closer and inwards. Now the next layer of glass is going to sit directly on top of this spruce wood, and as you might guess, the layer of glass is once again going to go all the way around the inside and connect together at the corners. However, instead of what the previous layer did, which was connect together, there was two rows next to each other. This one is just a singular layer. That last one was just a special case, so once we've done this, we're moving on. It all has to do with where the starting point is, where the spruce wood planks are, just at the base of this. So just follow these same rules coming down. There we go. Now, when it comes to here, where we have these spruce woods, we simply want to place 2 glass, just straight up 2 glass right here on top of each spruce wood, and then continue to do the same effect. That's all we're doing. So you just want to place the glass on top of both of those spruce woods. There's no confusion or anything like that. Just do that and then run the same rows that you would do anyway. So, there we are. That's what we have at the moment, and you can see we're making a pretty decent impact here, aren't we? We're not doing too bad at all. Well, now we want to place an entire row of glass directly on top of our snow globe, on top of the spruce wood, and then we want to make the same pattern of glass that we have done many times before. That's all we've got to do, just follow along what feels natural as you place in the glass with the starting position, and then, you know, you can't go too far wrong. And even if you were to make a slight little mistake, I'm going to be honest with you, you probably would never see it. You wouldn't see it because there is way too much glass involved here. In a nice big bright blue open sky, even if you did make a little slight error, you're not going to see it. It's no big deal. So, once we reach this point right here, we don't even have to add many more layers of glass, but the rules remain the same. We're probably going to add about 2 or so more layers in front of this. We simply, now that we can't place it on top of the spruce wood, we simply 1 row outwards, and inside of the glass layer, we place another layer of glass. So we can't start on top of any spruce wood now. We've got to independently be on top of the, be outward from the glass. We're kind of just like balancing it in the sky, so to speak. It's not really resting on anything. And this is going to be the second to last layer. The next layer will indeed be the last layer. You can keep going with this, but at a certain point you get what I would call diminishing returns, where it doesn't tend to look too much better the more and more you add, and at a certain point it almost looks a little bit weird. So that is the second to last layer. You can see it's already becoming a pretty nice shape, and then all we want to do from this point onwards is just fill in, just completely fill in the empty space, but 1 row outwards from the empty space itself. So this last layer will stick out, but it will be a nice large sheet of glass block. It's not just going to be just like that one thin layer that we have been doing the entire time. So I'm just filling all the way up to the top, all the way up the middle like that, and then I'm just going to fill the sides in, just because I think that that's a little bit easier. Another way to have done it would have also been just to like make a shape and then fill it in, meaning like go all the way around it as you would as if you were going to be adding another layer afterwards, and then just filling inside. But this works very well for me, just filling in all of this big empty space. And then we can actually see how this thing looks. So Now, yeah, there we go, that's pretty nice. Now, we have one half, actually over a half of the snow globe made. That's a pretty taxing part of the tutorial. Now, once you have done that once, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have to do it again, okay? Now, I do not want to make this tutorial any longer than it has to be. You guys are busy. You've got time. You've got precious time. It's around Christmas. You don't want to be wasting your time watching me do literally the exact same thing that we just did on the front. So I am going to do you a favor. I don't know about you, okay, but this is me. I love Christmas music. It makes me feel nice and warm and happy. Christmas, as a matter of fact, is probably, if I had to say, my favourite holiday throughout the year. And winter is, if I actually absolutely had to come down to it, winter would be my favourite season throughout the year. So, from this point onwards, I am going to remain silent. I'm going to crank up the Christmas music that I've had in the background, a nice little bit of wintry music, and I'm going to finish this part of the snow globe. I am very sorry if you were counting on me to make this second half of the snow globe. However, I have full confidence in you that you will be able to complete this task without me, as you managed to make the front. If at any point you have any trouble, simply go a little bit further back in the video and you will be able to watch me do the front again, which will of course in turn allow you to make the back. But simply follow the rules of placing the glass and I don't think you can go too far wrong. So, I'm gonna zip it. And we're gonna get this finished. I know, I said I was gonna zip it, didn't I? Yeah, I'm gonna be quiet now, for real, and just, you know, enjoy the little wintry music and watch me, probably in an updated speed, finish off this part of the snow globe. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have officially made the entire glass part of the snow globe. I'm really tempted to build Sandy's treehouse inside of this, but I think I'll restrain myself and stick to the original plan. Please, pause the video if you have to. If you are still working on the large glass part of the snow globe, then please, pause the video. Once you've done that, we can continue. So, the next step that we are going to do involves us coming to the very front of the snow globe. And we want to come all the way to the middle. I'm going to destroy these middle two glass block parts, and then this will allow us into the inside of the snow globe. And it's really cool in here, by the way. Well, beginning from where we have this spruce wood block right here, I want you to move forwards, okay? And I want you to dig, that's right, you heard me, 7 blocks in the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In front of this 7th block, I want you to place a door. Left of the door, place oak wood planks. Right of the door, place oak wood planks. Place a row of oak wood planks above those and join them together in the middle. I then want you to place a layer of oak wood planks, or a layer is the wrong word. I want you to extend those oak wood planks to the left by 1 row and to the right by 1 row. And then extend those blocks that you extended towards you, like this. Then, I want you to use oak wood slabs and connect them together at the top, creating this pretty cool looking doorway. I also want you to place a spruce fence in front of those oak wood plank blocks that we have left and right of us like this. Now, what was the purpose of destroying the blocks? Well, that's very simple. I'm just going to get rid of the snow for a second, and I'm going to get the dirt, and I want to have a dirt/grass path that leads us to the entrance of our house. I kind of want it just to kind of like break up the snowy atmosphere. And I also want it to look relatively like that. You know, a nice, pretty decent, thickish looking path like that would be quite nice. Now, once you've done that, I want you to place a glass on the middle block on top of the oak wood slab. So this can either be full-on glass block or it can be glass pane. I'm going to use pane. And I'm going to place oak wood planks left and right of that, although I'm not sure that that's necessary. So the reason that I place those is because I want to place a spruce plank on top of the 2 spruce wood fence, and I'm going to extend those planks to the left outwards using a slab at the bottom, but I'm also going to extend those planks inwards at the top and then up, join them together and extend up just to make a little mini roof at the front of our house. Now, once you have done that, I want you to come to the side of the house, and I want you to take these oak wood plank blocks and extend them left by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place a glass in the middle, and then place oak wood planks all the way around the glass, kind of encapsulating it like this. Do the same on the opposite side. 1, 2, 3. Glass in the middle, encapsulate it in oak wood planks. Now, once you have done this in both sides, I want you to extend both sides backwards each by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think that I'm right in telling you, although I don't only want to think, I am right in telling you that you can connect these 2 rows together. And then you can make the entire part of this house, I do believe, make the entire part of this house 3 rows high. So add 2 rows of oak wood planks on top of the row of oak wood that you just made. If you like, you can place additional glass in the back of the house, although I'm not going to be doing that. That's completely up to you. Okay. So next, I want you to come back to the front of the house and I want you to line up with the window that we have here on the left side, the little small window. Why is this important? Well, I want you to place an oak wood plank block that is above and inside of the oak wood plank block of the window. So just kind of give you perspective, like right here. Extend that block upwards by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then go right 1. And then go right again. Up 1. Right by 2. 1, 2. Extend up. But also to the right from this block 2. 1, 2. Go down 1. Right 2. And down by 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to connect it all the way back, like this. And then I want you to place a spruce fence inside of the 2 bottom corners of the build. Place vertical rows of oak planks next to the fence, connecting upwards. And then I want you to place 2 rows of oak planks on top of the middle area. 1 row, 2 row. Place a glass in the middle with an oak plank either side of the glass. Now that will look very boring at the moment. We will make it look better. Once you've done that, we now want to take this area and we want to extend it backwards. We want to extend it backwards by 1, 2, 3, 4. The second story is very small. And we want to extend across and connect. You can even fill the middle of this area in as well if you like. This is indeed the second floor of the house. And then we are going to place 3 rows of oak wood planks on the left and right sides to make the sides as high as the front. We want to join them together at the back just like this to make them as high as the front as well. And we also want the same shape here on the back, so simply place the same oak wood plank rows at the top on the back as you did at the top on the front, just like that. Now once you have done that, we now have to make a little roof for this thing. So the roof is actually quite simple. We start on the side and we place a spruce wood slab. The spruce wood slab comes along the side, it extends forwards, and then as it comes across the front of the build, all you do, it's a simple pattern. You extend up, in, up, in, up, in, up, in, up, and in like this with your spruce wood slabs. Nice and simple. And then once you reach the apex, you simply start coming down again. So again, really simple concept for a roof. It's actually kind of my favorite roof at the moment to do. It just looks so simple and nice. I don't know why I like it so much, honestly. And we want to do the same thing. We want to come across the back, and we want to have the same pattern across the back. And I find that it's easiest to do the sides like this first, and then you can kind of do everything else as you continue on. So do the sides and everything else like this, and then we can just connect the front and the back together. So here, here, here at the top. Start coming down, and as a consequence of this, you might have noticed we've actually made a large portion of the house. I'm actually quite happy with it, and I hope that you guys are as well. It's quite a nice looking house. It is quite a nice like winter house, regardless of the fact that it's in like a snow globe. Whoops, had an extra block there. We want to take the porch area, if you want to call it that, and we want to extend the slabs from the porch area towards the house itself, so coming towards the back like this. There we go. So now we have 2 areas done. But what we also want to do is we want to have a roof as well on the side. So the roof on the side, it starts right here, I do believe. I want to make sure that that is correct. I'm sure that I've got a shot of this somewhere that I can take a look at. Yeah, that's perfect. So the roof here wants to start on the side, just like coming across the front of this little window area here. And it wants to do a similar sort of thing, like you want to extend it towards you, and then like in, up, in, up, in, up, in, up. Now you might not be able to tell, but that's actually the middle. You can place oak wood plank blocks here and here and here if you like right in the middle three, like show a representation of like that on this side, like here, here, and here. Like that's where the middle will be. The middle, of course, being this block, and then you can just extend it like across and down. So like down here, 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 and here. Comes all the way across the back of the build. I do love this house. And then extends out, and then in, up, in, up, in, up, in, up. Front, down, towards us, down, front, down, front, down, front. And then extend towards here. And then we simply connect all of the slabs to the build. I've got to stop saying this, but I really like this house. I'm going to have to do something else with this house. I'm going to have to like make a bigger version or something. I don't know why, I just really love the design. That probably sounds like really, that probably sounds really bad, considering the fact that I designed it, but I really do like it. I think it's really cool. I don't know why, it's just so simple. But anyway, once you have made the house in its entirety, and by the way, I think that looks pretty good. If you want to add more windows and what have you, feel free to. The only thing that we are missing that I would add is up here where we have these spruce woods, just add shutters. Shutters being spruce trapdoors, flipped down in front of those two spruce woods like that. That's all you've got to do for a shutter. So easy. And not only that, now that you have done that, by the way, feel free to add more details to the house. So this is more things, that not to the house exactly, but inside the globe. So a detail that I would like to add, for instance, is a small fishing pond. The fishing pond requires more things that you might imagine. Water, ice, requires a little bit of oak fence, even requires like item frame and either like a white block of some sort, like snow or snow, something like that. We're going to use a spruce wood slab as well and some spruce trapdoors. So what do we do for the pond here? Well, in front of this sort of area here, destroy a small area that you'd like to be a water area. I'm going to place snow underneath this. Oh no, the polar bear died. I want you to place a snow area underneath here. You guys remember the polar bear from earlier? I think he died. I'm so sorry, Mr. Polar Bear. I will remember you forever. Well, I'm going to place a little bit of ice in the corners, and you can, if you like, place different kinds of ice as well. I might even do that myself, but a little bit of water. Make a seat. Spruce wood slab. Spruce trapdoors either side of it. It kind of looks like a nice little seat without a back. A fishing rod. You kind of get away by placing like two oak fence on top of each other. Item frame and then a white block. Kind of looks like a fishing rod. If you want, you can go one step further in placing string, or what do you call it? It's not string, but a leash from here and connecting it down there. I would have used the polar bear if possible. However, the polar bear's dead. And I'm even going to use a little table. Now, this is something that you might not have, so I didn't include it in the items list, but I love these for little tables. I really do. They're so cool. Little scaffolding. Just looks like a little table. And if you want, you can even go as far as to, say, place a little chest there too somewhere. So maybe like there, right? And then you've got a really cozy little fishing area. Or at least I think it looks nice. Now, on this opposite side here, I'm thinking kind of like a little campsite, okay? So I'm going to place two oak wood fences. Here and here. In the middle, I'm going to place a cauldron. I'm going to need dark oak wood for this. I think I'm going to use some more spruce trapdoors too. So, cauldron in the middle. I'm going to place spruce trapdoors either side of the cauldron. And then I'm going to place spruce trapdoors on top of the two oak fences like this. And I'm just going to have two log seats. You guys know, like, when you sat around a campfire, I've never went camping, but I've seen it in cartoons and stuff. Two, like, little log seats that you might just sit on in front of the fire, just like this. If you wanted to make it look as though there was some sort of fire smouldering underneath the cauldron, then you might want to place, like an orange concrete or something underneath it, and then you can kind of just see it a little bit. That's just a little bit of detail that you might want to add, perhaps. Now, we've got quite a lot going on around the front, but something that I really like to add to the snow globe, there's a few more things, but something that really, I think, makes a difference is, and we need dirt, we need spruce saplings and bone meal for this. Around towards the back of the house, I want to create some spruce wood trees. Now that is huge, right? That's quite a big one. And I just want to have kind of a forest effect around the cabin. So this cabin, funnily enough, and I'm gonna need to grab my snow again. This cabin, funnily enough, you could probably just find in the, you know, just out in the forest somewhere. And that's kind of the idea. By the way, not all of these are gonna want to grow. And I don't have time to be messing about with them too much, unfortunately. But I'm going to try and grow them as much as possible. And I want them to be a decent size. And I just want them to be seen as you go around the house. I want the house to have a little bit of mystery surrounding it. You don't want to grow either? How about you? I'm going to get rid of you two. Then how about, yeah, that one grows. And then that'll be that. I mean, then as you walk around, you can see that we've kind of got like it's faded into the trees. And you could even hide stuff back there if you wanted to. If you wanted to customize the little pond that we have here a little bit more, then you would use different kinds of ice, by the way. You'd use a little blue ice, and you'd also use a little packed ice also. So you'd use like a blue ice here, for instance, and use like a packed ice there, just to kind of like break it up a little bit, so to speak. For this path, an alternate to the dirt path, if you have access to a shovel, grass path, okay, maybe you need full-on grass then, whatever. If you want, you can either just have like a grass path, which looks nicer than... starting to get mildly annoyed. You can have like a grass path, which I think looks really cool, but I know that not everybody has grass. Or you could have like an actual grass path, if you know what I'm saying. So you could have like grass path or grass path leading up to your house if you wanted to as well. And then for the inside of your house, you know, you'd refloor the area. The second floor, obviously, it's just... Whoops. Whoa, nah. Whoops. It starts here. There we go. There we are. You got a nice little second floor already built in. Ground floor here. There's really not too much more to the actual snow globe house itself. How do you want to get inside your snow globe? Well, there's... Okay, so I've got like 3 different methods for you. Alright, and I'll let you be the judge. Which one do you want to do the most for yourself? Method number 1, very simple. Ladders up the center of the snow globe. Leads just right up and inside. You climb right in. That's method number 1. Method number 2 is you don't have ladders on your snow globe. You have a staircase that lets you climb up and into your snow globe. So you'd have stairs. I don't have any on me here, but you know, slabs will do. You'd be able to have stairs that lead you up into your snow globe just like this, and then you'd walk in like that. So 2 ideas. Idea number 3 is probably kind of my favorite idea, but this is up to you. So idea number 3 is you have an entrance to your snow globe, you have a door to the inside. On the inside, you simply have a ladder. Boom, right here. So you would have... What? Do you not want to... Okay, fine. Fine. Be like that. So it would look a little something like this. And you might even have, say, a door there as well. So, like, instead of actually breaking the globe, you'd have, like, you know, something like this. You know, it'd look a little bit better. But the idea would be that you'd be able to just simply, like, walk in this door and then climb up directly into the globe. I guess it doesn't place on grass path for something, whatever. But yeah, that's my personal favourite idea of how to get inside of the snow globe. So those are a few ideas for you. Whichever one you want to do, you know, that's completely up to you. And I wouldn't, if you wanted to, you could even fill this area in, by the way, with, you know, stuff. Whatever you'd like, but that's my personal favorite idea for how to get in, and then that way it's nice and exclusive. You can't just like wander in. You've got to, like, there's a barrier to entrance, so to speak, and I'd really like that myself. So I'll tell you what, the last little bit of detail that you might want to add to your snow globe, and I left this till last for a good reason. Inside of the snow globe, you may want to add snow. Obvious. But I mean, make it look like it's snowing. Like, add bits of snow. I keep destroying all of the ones I don't want to. Like, add bits of snow to the inside of your snow globe that make it look like it is indeed snowing in here. Those are just 2 examples. If you wanted to make it look like it was really snowing, you would place, I don't know, maybe like 50 of them. It's a tedious process, which is why I left it until last. And I'll tell you what, from the outside, like, you'll be able to get kind of like a decent view. Climb down. You'll be able to get a pretty decent view. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it is a really cool effect. And I am going to go away. I'm going to get rid of this grid. I'm going to pretty up the house and all that fun stuff. I'll show you the inside all nice and decorated. I'm going to add some snow to the inside. And I'll show you what this bad boy looks like once it has been 100% fully completed, ladies and gentlemen. So, literally, the difference between mine and yours right now, I'm going to add some snow and I'm going to do the house. And that's it. But, yeah, you should hopefully be pretty happy with what we have right now. I'm just going to give it a nice little touch. One moment. So this, ladies and gentlemen, is what the house will look like once you have 100% fully completed it. It's up to you whether you want to add the snow effect raining from the sky. I think it makes it look a little bit cooler, and it just adds a little bit more detail to the actual build itself. If we come to the inside of the build through this handy little door here, my favourite way to actually get inside of it, then you'll be able to see that, I mean, we're pretty full in here. We've got a nice little fishing pond, we've got a campsite area, we've got a nice tree area, our cabin's looking pretty nice. On the inside it's nice and filled with more survivally related builds, or whatever you would want to put inside of it. You know, you can fill it with whatever you like, of course. Up here we've got a couple of beds, a little brewing area, a little bit of an ender chest, all sorts of fun stuff. And yeah, that's kind of the whole thing, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really helps me and the channel out very, very much. If you have made it all the way to the end, please share the video with a friend. Sharing is caring. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel and you're new around here, subscribe. What are you missing? That's what you've got to ask yourself. Subscribe. Who knows what I'll be making next? It could be anything, literally. If you would like to make any more winter and Christmassy related builds, I'll place a playlist in the card system and the description below. And that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of you very, very much. I'm going to try and land on this polar bear. I've tried this before and it didn't work. Good. Bye. I landed on him. And now he's gone. Don't you show that to me. I want to speak to you face to face. Bye! I'm sorry!